Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for the continued support. And the last video that I posted, many persons reached out to me and I was able to assist them somewhat with the questions that they had. So today we're just going to go further into coming to Canada, the whole permanent residence thing. And I'm just gonna give you some pointers into how I did it and how you can do it also to make the process easier for you. All right, let's get into it.
Pretty little melanin. Oh girl, you don't know the joy you bring. Love.
Okay, so now you have received an invitation to apply for your permanent residence in Canada. Now what? All right, so the first things that you want to do is definitely to organize your information into folders. Okay, now the folders that I organized my documents into were actually the uploads that I needed to make. So let's take, for example, when you are going to upload your documents, there's different sections or different uploads that you will need to make. And so I uploaded my documents into the following folders. So one, education. I put all my education documents into this folder. Now, for the education file, I put my degrees that were assessed by WES, my WES certificate, as well as my IELTS, which is the English test certificate. So 4 documents I compiled together. So that was my master's, my bachelor's, the WES certificate, and also the IELTS. Now, when you're putting your documents together, they don't want separate PDF files. It needs to be all in one PDF file. So, you know, some computers you're able to put all your documents all your Word documents together and just create one PDF. If you don't have that, you can also download an app called Fast Scan, where you just take the picture and you can create them and put them all together. So yeah, so remember, they don't want different PDF files, just one PDF file for each category. So that was under education. The second folder that I had was employment, my employment records. So my employment records for each company would be inclusive of my reference letter. So you need your reference letter in that. I think, if I remember correctly, for example, because I had put 2 because if I remember correctly, there were 2 different uploads for my 2 different workplaces. I'm not sure, but I had a folder, for example, for the 2. I had 2 different folders for the 2 different places that I worked, and so within those folders were the references. All right, then the other folder that you would need is, for example, is your financial, like your proof of funds folder. So in your proof of funds folder, you would have your bank statements and etc. No, okay, I'll get back to that. So you want to have your bank statements into that folder. Then you want to have your passport folder. Within the passport folder, you're going to need the passport picture that's in the front of your passport book, as well as this pages that were stamped. Now, a lot of persons get this confused. For example, if you have two passports, because many persons travel with two passports. For example, like myself, one of my passports have a visa, the other one was renewed. So they asked for a current passport. Now, some persons will go overboard and upload both the new passport and the old passport. No, it specifically said they wanted the passport picture of the current passport as well as the stamped pages. Now, in my new passport, I only had 2 stamps, so I uploaded the passport picture as well as the 2 pages that were stamped. That is all. You don't need to upload all the pages of your old passport. No, your current passport is what they need. All right. Was there anything else that I missed? Okay, your police certificate or your police records. So they're gonna ask you for a police record for each country that you visited or that you stayed within for 6 months or more. So as I had said in my previous video, I had to get a police record for Jamaica, Japan, and the UK. Now, so for Jamaica, that was pretty easy. I was able to get my police record. For Japan, however, Japan, as well as many other countries, they do not issue police record unless they get a document from the requester then. So I had to write a letter of explanation, and it's also on the cic.gc.ca website. It speaks to the fact that if you need a letter from Canada to request your police certificate, then you need to write a letter of explanation stating that. All right, so that's what I did. In the section for the police record for Japan, I wrote a letter of explanation because you cannot leave it blank. So I wrote a letter of explanation saying that, okay, I need a document from your organization to give to the to get my police record in Japan. All right, so I wrote a letter of explanation explaining that. And for the UK, as I mentioned before, I never traveled to the UK, so I also wrote a letter of explanation stating that I never traveled. Also, what I did was to attach my transcript, and my transcript had that it was an online learning, so that now I would let them know that, okay, she really didn't travel to the UK, or she didn't stay within the UK for 6 months, so this is my evidence then. So whatever I did, I always gave evidence to support what I was saying. All right. No, so those were basically the folders, education, your employment records, your passport, your financial or proof of funds, and your police records. Oh, and might I add, your proof of medical. All right. So what will happen when you go to do your medical, they will give you a paper, or like it's almost like a receipt, but a paper, and that paper you will upload to the system. All right, because the medical information will go directly to the Canadian immigration. It won't come to you, so you'll just get a letter basically saying that, okay, this person did the medical. Okay, all right, so now let's talk about letter of explanations. All right, now many persons will do their letter of explanations differently. For me, I did it in a way where I was almost thinking like the immigration officer. So I was saying to myself, okay, if I open this document, what would I want to see, right? So what I did was to if there was any discrepancy or anything that I needed to explain within any of these uploads, I upload a letter of explanation for each document, right? I did not upload like a one pager explaining every single thing for them to keep going back and looking back, right? I uploaded a letter of explanation under each category if it needed that, right? Hope you understand that. So it would make it easier for them to identify what I was speaking about right away. All right. Now, another important tip is to ensure that once you get all this information together, you want to ensure that you do your medical when you're going to submit, your information. The medical lasts for like at least 1 year. So you want your medical to be the last thing that you do, because it's just a paper that you're going to get after you do the medical. So you want that to be the last thing that you do before you submit. All right. Now, with this express entry thing, or with getting your documents together, organization is key. It's very important, because just think about yourself when you take up a document. You want to see how organized it is. You want to know if this person knows what they're doing or understands what they're talking about or is presenting the right documents. So definitely, the more organized your documents are, I believe that the quicker your document will be looked at. Because if it has a lot of ambiguity and a lot of documents that are unnecessary, then it's gonna take a long time to sift through, and that might delay your process. Also, some persons, for example, under the education section, they would put their transcripts and such things like that, but it's not it's not a necessity. Once you upload your degrees and your WES certificate, because really and truly WES is just going to assess your degrees that you sent to them. So you just need those documents. You don't have to put your transcript, but that's up to you. If you feel that you need to, then that's up to you. I didn't want to give them too much information that was unnecessary. Also, with regards to your employment or your reference, some persons will also upload their salary slips, probably first month and last month or something like that, but that's not necessary as well, unless it is a case where you cannot get the reference letter. No, that is a different that's a different case in itself. The reference letter, some organizations will be they have had some challenges getting a reference letter. So see how best you can work around that and start working on that from as early as possible. So in my previous video, as I mentioned before, if you gather all these documents before, then when you get the invitation to apply, boom, you're ready. It's just 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let's talk about cost. All right. Let's talk about the money. All right. Now, application fee. The application fee currently, as it stands, as of today's January 21st, 2020, the application fee is it's a total of $1,325. That's for an individual. For a family, you'd probably have to check the website for that, and I think probably for a child, an additional child, it's 225 Canadian dollars, but you can check that out on the website. So the processing fee is $825, and the right of permanent residence fee is $500. So that's a total of 1,325 Canadian dollars. Now, you don't have to pay both at the same time. You can pay the processing fee first, because of course that's processing fee, and after they ask for your passport to put the visa in, then you can pay the right of permanent residence fee. However, it is recommended to pay all the fees at once. right? So that it does not delay anything in your process. Now, if the application is incomplete and they have to give you a refund, then they will refund you everything, right? Both the right of permanent residence fee as well as the processing fee. If, however, they already started the processing, they will only refund the right of permanent residence fee because, hey, that's only fair. They started the process. You probably backed out for some reason, say, hey, I no longer want to come to Canada, or maybe there was some hiccup or something. And so they say, okay, well, we started this, so we're only going to give you the right of permanent residence fee because we didn't give you the visa. So that's that. Then you also want to consider medical fees. So medical fees are quite expensive depending on the country that you are in. So you have to check that out in your country, what the medical fees are. Also, you want to consider your biometrics fees. Check that out in the country that you are and see how much that is. And then we're going to look at the total fees that you need to come to Canada with. And I am just going to put that picture right here so you can take a look and see what the fees are at this point in time. They go up all the time, so bear that in mind as well. Okay. Okay, so those were the fees. All right, now you have submitted your application. What is next? All right, so your medical you usually pass your medical within probably, some people for 2 weeks, some people it takes a month. For me, it took a month. The date at which I took it up until like a month after I did my medical, then I received an email stating that I need to do my biometrics. So you don't do your biometrics before. Your biometrics is done after you upload all these documents, right? So I was told that I had to go and do my biometrics, and they also sent me a letter to bring to the police station in Japan to get my police record. So that was when I got the police certificate, so that I was able to then upload that information. Now, once you go and do your biometrics, the information is uploaded right away to them, and I don't think there's a section for you to upload anything because they get it right away. And the police certificate, I just came home and uploaded that as soon as I received it. Yeah. So after doing all that, then I just sat and wait and just be patient. Patience, this will teach you patience. You know, just make sure that you're checking your email constantly to see if they require anything of you. And you will see the time bar. You will see what's going on the time bar and be able to track what's going on. As I said, you will always get an email if there's anything wrong, and you don't want to call them before the 6 months is up. So they guarantee you 6 months. It can go longer for a lot of persons. It has gone longer. For me, it was probably like maybe 1 or 2 weeks after the time frame in which I was supposed to get it. But just be patient and wait. And if you don't hear from them after the 6 months, then you can give them a call or send them a web form and ask about the process. All right, so I think I covered a lot of the tips that I used. If there's anything else that you need to know or you want to know, just leave it in the comment section and I will definitely respond to your queries or questions. And yeah, I just hope this information was helpful to you. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. It goes a long way when you hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed, please do so. It's free, guys. It doesn't cost a thing. So if you like, please subscribe and share this video to someone who is interested in coming to Canada. And yeah, hit me up and do have yourself a wonderful day. Take care, guys, and keep safe. Bye.